Today on Getting Real with the Housewives, would you want to see Selling Sunset's Christine Quinn on Beverly Hills?
I love reality TV. I breathe it. I was meant for it. I thrive in it. I love it.
Then Teresa Giudice on whether or not she'd welcome in new housewives to New Jersey.
And listen, I want to have fun.
Yeah.
I want to have fun. I want to, I want you guys to see the fun, Teresa.
Plus, we're breaking down last night's Beverly Hills, and it was a doozy. We've got that plus so much more on today's Getting Real with the Housewives. Hey guys, Christina Garibaldi here with Us Weekly executive producer Mandy DeCamp, and welcome to another week of Getting Real with the Housewives. How you doing, Mandy?
I'm good. How are you, Christina?
I'm good. A lot to get to this week, but before we get into the news, let's hear what you guys have to say about last week's show.
Yes. Okay. So Danielle Nascimento wrote, Kyle is so phony. So I actually read this comment before I watched last night's episode, and then I was thinking about it the whole episode, and I kind of agree with him sometimes. I don't disagree.
I kind of agree with him too. It definitely like after watching last night's show and her conversation with Crystal, which we'll get into a little bit later on. But yeah, I see his point.
I do too.
Pamela Fryer wrote, also when Erika was talking to Garcelle and Crystal on that hike when they were in La Quinta staying at Kyle's, back then she said Tom calls every day, but she never answers his calls because she's not allowed. Now she says she talks to him all the time. Hard keeping up with her different stories about the same incident.
Yeah. Pamela's keeping track.
Pamela is keeping track. I'm glad that our interview got so many comments about her talking about Tom. So
I know. I find it hard to follow as well, Pamela. So you're not alone.
Not alone. Interesting. All right. Well, let's get into the Housewives news this week. Mandy, where are we starting?
All right. Well, we're going back to Jersey because I can't help it. I just love it, even though it's over. And I missed it this week. I did. Although I was thinking about it. I was like, you know what? The reunion didn't do it for me. I like the season more.
I did like the season. This was a strong season.
It was a strong season. Well, anyway, so the season might be over, but we're still talking about it because Jackie Goldschneider is getting real about why Tracy Johnson was missing from the reunion. Can I just be honest? I didn't notice that Tracy.
I know. I didn't either. I totally forgot. I totally forgot that she was on the show this season, like watching the reunion. Like it didn't feel like anything was missing. And I guess they felt the same way.
It didn't even dawn on me. I watched, what was it? 3 parts, 3 hours of my life. And I didn't realize she wasn't there.
Right.
All right. Anyway, so apparently her tea just wasn't piping hot enough. In an episode of Page Six's Virtual Real Tea, Jackie said she was there for a really long time. She looked beautiful and had on a stunning gold dress, but I don't think Tracy said anything groundbreaking at the reunion that it had to go in. She explained that the production team had to make a choice about what to keep in the 3-episode jam-packed event, and Johnson most likely didn't contribute anything critical. However, she insisted that Tracy was so important to the cast. She said she offered forward progress with some of the storylines, especially the family piece with Melissa and Teresa. The reality star also applauded Tracy for defending Gorga against Giudice after the two sisters-in-law had a disagreement. She said she kind of stepped in and was the mediator with that, adding that Johnson's obstacle course was one of the biggest scenes of the season. Jackie reminded everyone that Teresa likes to throw at Tracy that she was a nanny when she met Tiki Barber. We remember from a previous episode of The Housewives that that Teresa said that Johnson was husband Tiki Barber's nanny when they met. Anyway, she concluded that it was such a long day, the reunion. I don't know. What do you think? I don't think she's going to be back.
I don't think she's going to be back. There have been rumors going around that, Jackie was demoted to a friendship role and Tracy would not be on the show anymore, which, I kind of see, like, even though, Jackie says that she did contribute a lot to the show and had some forward progress. I didn't really see it. I don't really think that we spoke about it. The only thing that really stood out to us was how awkward and uncomfortable Tiki Barber looked throughout this whole thing.
I know, which I enjoyed. I enjoyed watching
it too. Yeah,
uncomfortableness. But yeah, I don't see them coming back. And
I don't think
it's unfortunate when someone's only there for a season because I feel like it's not a fair chance.
Yeah, I
like it when people have a chance to watch themselves back on their rookie season and then come back and do it better.
Right. And I totally agree with you. But and then, Teresa talks about it a little bit later on in the show when, there's all these rumors that new housewives are coming in. I think that this is such a good group of women. Why mess with it? I don't get it. I don't get it.
I do feel like Tracy was coming into her own at the end of the season.
No. We'll have to wait and see.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's switch gears and move on over to Miami because Katharina Mapisa claims that Lisa Hochstein knew about her relationship with reality star's estranged husband, Lenny Hochstein. The fashion models rep told Us Weekly, Lenny and I are both separated from our spouses. We're both currently going through divorces. I was informed Lisa was fully aware that he was going out with me. She added, despite her efforts to make the situation look otherwise, Lenny never blindsided her. In fact, he is going to great lengths to protect his family and do right by everyone involved in this difficult process. Now, she also noted that they started seeing each other after they both had separated from their spouses and that the plastic surgeon was not unfaithful to Lisa. So earlier this month, Page Six reported that Lenny was spotted partying with the former Miss Vienna at a Miami club. Though they denied the breakup rumors at the time, the outlet stated that Lisa and co-star Larsa Pippen confronted him during his night out. Like we said, we hope cameras were rolling for that. On Monday, May 16th, the Russian native confirmed that he and the former Bravo personality had called it quits after 13 years of marriage. Well, Lisa fired back at Katharina, saying to Us Weekly, clear things up. She does not know any private matters of family outside of the lies Lenny is telling her. She was invited in my home, a decision I now regret, but that does not mean she is privy to what happens with my family. Messy.
So messy. And it makes me want to watch Miami next season.
Yes. Miami was good this last season too.
Yeah.
And, Lenny and Lisa, you could tell that things were definitely on the rocks with them. But interesting that she said that, that Katharina was invited into her home. So clearly she knew her, I guess.
Yeah, that seems strange. I need more details on that. Wow.
I need more details on that too. Like, were they all family, friends together? I don't know. That's very strange, but clearly maybe Lenny wasn't telling the full truth about what was going down.
Yeah, definitely not.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
Yes.
All right. Moving on to Erika Jayne, who responded to comments that Bethenny Frankel made about her estranged husband, Tom Girardi. And she didn't hold back in true Erika fashion. So during the Wednesday, May 18th episode of Watch What Happens Live with Andy Cohen, Andy recounted a conversation he'd had with Bethenny about the former lawyer and his ongoing legal woes. He said that she had said, I heard Tom actually owes people money and all this stuff. He went on to ask Erika whether there was truth to the rumors, adding that he just dismissed it with the rest. Erika proceeded to defend Tom, whom she was married to for 2 decades before their 2020 split. This is what she said. In the business that Tom was doing, which was contingent fee, it's not unusual to borrow. There were also loans that were really paid off. I don't know where Bethenny's coming from. And, her guy's dead and my guy's in a home. So whatever. But at the same time, that's kind of the way business goes.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Oh, Erika. Anyway, just to remind everyone, Tom, her ex, has been living in a senior living facility since August 2021, following his Alzheimer's diagnosis. Erika was referring, of course, to Bethenny's on again, off again boyfriend, Dennis Shields, who died in August of 2018. Bethenny did later on in the week make her own Watch What Happens Live appearance, but she explained that it was pre-taped, so she couldn't address the comments, but she did kind of address them anyway. She said, the episode of Bravo Watch What Happens Live was taped, so I don't address the comment you made, and Dennis's children are hurt, offended, and disgusted by. I appreciate your loyalty, heart, and compassion. I assume she was talking about her fans at the end, or it was sarcastic. I'm not sure.
Yeah. That is
Erika.
Oh, Erika, that is just wrong.
Wrong. What is wrong with Erika?
I don't know. I don't know why she continues to defend Tom. I understand that there's love there, that, he was her husband for 20 plus years, but he's wrong. Like, there's a lot of people that were terribly affected by him, and she just continues to always have his back. I don't understand it.
I don't either. And don't come after Dennis Shields.
Right. Of all people. I know, seriously.
So strange. Like, if anything, go after the Jason Hoppy of it all.
Seriously. Yeah. If you want to go after anybody in Bethenny's life, go after him. All right. Well, let's get into this week's Real Talk. And we recently caught up with Selling Sunset star Christine Quinn. So now that she is done with the Oppenheim group, we had to ask if she would make the jump to Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Take a look.
Would you ever do a Real Housewives of Beverly Hills?
Oh my God, are you kidding me? Yes. Yes. Like, first of all, I'm obsessed with all reality TV. I'm a huge fan of Andy Cohen. I'm a huge fan. I watch all of the Housewives shows, but I love reality TV in general. My favorite show in the whole entire world is the new Hulu, Keeping Up with the Kardashians. I love reality TV. I breathe it. I was meant for it. I thrive in it. I love it.
Oh my God, you would be so great on Beverly Hills.
I would love that. I feel like, and Garcelle and I are already friends. So yeah, that would be fun. I mean,
have there been talks about it at all?
Oh, no one's ever approached me for it, but everyone's always said like, oh, you'd be so great on this show. You'd be great on this show. But no one's ever approached me.
All about Christine coming on the show.
Oh yeah. I would love it, because the truth is, like, I think as a Selling Sunset fan, I think a lot of it's fake.
Yes.
I think as a Housewives fan, I think a lot of it's real.
Yeah.
I mean, I know there's fakeness to all of it. There's realness to all of it, but I think the Housewives is way more real than Selling Sunset. So I'd like to see Christine without, these setup situations and all of that.
Yes. Oh no, I think that she's fitting great. I mean, she was on the Watch What Happens Live episode with Erika Jayne. So you could tell, I'm like, they would either really like each other or really hate each other.
Oh, they would totally hate each other, I think. Maybe like at first.
And I would be here for it. Well, we had to ask Sutton Stracke to see if she would welcome Christine in if down the line she ended up becoming a housewife. Take a look.
I know you're a busy lady, but I wonder if you ever have time to watch Selling Sunset. And I talked to Christine the other day. I don't know if you know who she is, but she said that she would love to be a housewife of Beverly Hills. Would you ever welcome her onto the show?
Oh gosh, I need to watch that show. Everybody loves it. And I met someone that was on there at some event, and she was blonde, beautiful. I think, yeah, welcome. I mean, I don't have anything to do with that.
Right.
But,
So yeah, I think Sutton would be on board. So more the merrier.
More the merrier. All right. Well, we also chatted with Teresa Giudice at the NBC Upfronts recently, and she said whether or not she'd like to see some new faces on Jersey next season. So take a look.
How would you feel if any new housewives joined the cast?
I would be excited. I love new blood. Yeah, I'm all about. And listen, I want to have fun. I want to have fun. I want to, I want you guys to see the fun Teresa back. Not just like always. And I'm not, it's like everyone's like I'm always on the defense because like always like everyone's coming after me. So it's like I want fun Teresa to come back. I really do.
Have you and Dolores had any other conversations after the reunion?
No, Dolores and I are fine. We totally understand each other. She gets it, and I mean, we go way back, and there's really no bad blood between us at all. And thank God we've never. Listen, she's friends with people that I don't like. I'm friends with people that she doesn't like, and we just keep it, like we don't tell each other who to be friends with, who not to be friends with, and that's the way it should be.
Well, she wants fun Teresa back, which is exciting. We're going to see fun Teresa again. She said that like 5 times. So
I'm all here for fun Teresa. I thought it was interesting. This just came out, I think like last night or the day ago. Caroline Manzo was on her son's podcast, and she said that she would go back to Jersey, but if she'd only go back to straighten Teresa out. So here for that.
Oh my gosh, I would love it. And I want to see her sons. Are they still single or are they?
I don't know.
I don't know. I know her daughter got divorced, I think.
Oh yeah, I'm in Jersey. I'll have to make a trip over to the Brownstone and check it out. I'll report back.
Caroline was, again, I've said it before, I wasn't like a huge fan of her, but I loved watching her.
Yes, I think if you're going to bring back anybody, bring back Caroline.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's get into our Real Housewives Rewind and start with Beverly Hills. What were your thoughts about the, what are we on, our third episode this season?
Episode, yeah. It was pretty good. First, we saw Garcelle wanting Sutton to be there for the conversation that they had about Sutton saying, I didn't have a gun held to my head. Garcelle is stirring the pot a bit, I think, because like we see later in the episode that Sutton discusses it one-on-one with Dorit, as she should. And then Garcelle brings it up again and starts this whole other, I know it's a show and they probably made them do that, but
I know. It's like, I thought this was put to bed, that we didn't need to talk about it anymore. Dorit seemed fine with it. Sutton seemed fine with it. But yeah, Garcelle stirring the pot, but also like wanting to be respectful in the same way, being like, I'm doing this for the benefit of Sutton. Like, no,
right. Yeah, no, you're not. You wouldn't have brought it up again then.
Right. Yeah. But what did you think about Sutton's apology and the reason why she acted the way that she did?
The reason was hard for me.
Yeah.
I was like, I couldn't really make the connection. And if you do have empathy for someone who, she talked about her dad's suicide. She talked about how she was burglarized as a child, or I think as a teen.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you have empathy for Dorit then? Why would that make you then say like, be the opposite of empathy? So I was confused.
I was confused too. I couldn't really make the connection to that. And I mean, like, you know, kind of the conversation that kind of rolls into, you can't like not validate somebody's feelings if that's how she was feeling, but it is interesting that that's the route that she chose to take. And you would think that she would have some more empathy, being that she went through something like that. Like she would be the first one to give her a call, being like, I can either be there for you, or I can take a step back. You tell me what you want me, how you want me to handle it. So it was a little strange.
I also don't see anything wrong with sending a text message or a phone call. Like if they don't want to answer, if they don't want to hear from people, they won't answer. Exactly.
And then this kind of went into Crystal's reaction, like I said, about not feeling validated after she felt violated last season, and Kyle saying that like that's not how she should feel. When we did speak to Crystal, she said she felt more comfortable this season talking about how she was feeling and asking those tough questions, and you know, maybe kind of standing up to the women, and maybe that's why a year later she decided to do this. But I mean, she has a point.
She has a point. It's a little late.
Yeah, it is a little late. Yeah,
it's like maybe find some new dramas,
right?
Crystal, you know, that's a year ago now.
Right. Well, I think that's why everybody was confused, being like, weren't we all just having a really good time? And now you're kind of backpedaling a little bit. I don't know.
Yeah. Anyway. All right. Then we get to Kyle's store out in the desert, which was funny. Diana is amazing. I still love her.
I love that she says she's allergic to stores. Like,
and that she would maybe wear these items at home. I have to say though, what was up with all the silk robes?
I know. It was very like high-end pajamas.
Yeah, like were they pajamas? Are you
I don't know.
Like if I wore that, I would look like an idiot.
Same. Absolutely same. But she is like, Diana is next level, like having her team go to the hotel to set everything up before she even gets there. She can't have her back to the wall. Yes. I can't.
I love it. I love it. I'm here for her, Diana. I hope she stays a long time. She gave me Yolanda Hadid vibes a little.
100%. Yes.
Yeah, I was trying to figure out who she reminded me of. That's who it is.
Yeah, I love her. Where's she been all of our Beverly Hills lives? I love it.
I also love that we saw Erika's new wardrobe, which is one rolling rack of clothes as opposed to like several closets full of them, which really... Poor Erika.
Poor. I feel so bad how far she's fallen.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Yet she still has her stylist there. He must be working without charge right now.
He must be. Maybe she's like, you'll be seen on Beverly Hills.
Yeah.
Totally. All right. Well, now it's time to break down Atlanta. What did we think about Marlo's home?
Well, the dirt pile, it looks kind of like my backyard right now in Mississippi, which has been torn apart by tornadoes. But it's, it was definitely a dirt pile. I'm excited to see what it's going to look like in a few months. It's going to be
interesting. I mean, her closet is pretty much her whole home. It's insane.
Her whole home. She had like several closets. It was, and then I thought it was kind of a dig that they were like, well, why do you move so far from the main part of Atlanta or whatever?
It's totally a dig. Totally a dig.
Yeah.
And then Drew and her husband doing this 30-day challenge where they can't like insult each other. And I don't know. I feel like they are the next Housewives marriage casualty. Like this does not seem to be going well.
No, that dinner really spoke a lot too later on when Kenya was kind of calling out Ralph for the way he spoke to Drew. Also, I think I'm going to try the 30-day challenge with my husband. I'm going to let you guys know how that goes. I don't think I'll
Me too. We'll do it together and see how it goes. I think I'd probably last an hour.
Literally. They clearly aren't making. Also, after that dinner, I'm like, tell me they didn't go back to the hotel room and have a heated conversation after that.
100%. Yeah. Like this is just not going to end well. And, like you said, that we make a trip to New York. We go to Todd's New Jersey condo, which is a little fishy to me as well.
Oh, strange.
Yeah.
Like one, if I was going on a trip to New York, I'd be like, I'll sit out. I'm not going to Fort Lee, New Jersey.
Yeah. Of all places. Yes. No offense to anybody that lives in Fort Lee.
Yeah, no, I just it's not, I actually don't know how close it is to New York. So
it's right across the bridge. Like you can, it's not too far. Like on a good day, it'd probably take you like 20 minutes.
I'm like, maybe they're trying to sell it, like flip it and sell it. And that's why they wanted to show it on the show. But I was confused by that whole part.
I was confused by the whole thing. I don't know. I love Atlanta, but I'm not really feeling the connection this season yet. I mean, I know we're only a couple episodes in, but I just feel like even though some of these ladies are old friends, it's just, I don't know, something's missing. I would love to know what everybody else thinks in the comments. If you guys are loving it, maybe I'm just missing something.
No, I get it. I agree with you.
Yeah, but we'll have to wait and see. It seems like next week gets really good. So we'll have to wait and see. All right, let's get into our social spotlight of the week. Who caught your attention on social media this week? All
right, Dorinda reposted something that I don't know how to say this. It's WSHCRVN Wash Cavern posted. So it must be a Housewives fan. And it was Harry Styles and said he always dressed like Dorinda, which I just thought was so funny. It's photos of Harry Styles at the Today Show appearance, which of course I watched because my nieces are obsessed with Harry Styles. And the first thing I noticed that day was his outfit. And it's totally something Dorinda would wear.
Totally. I mean, that outfit is a statement. And only Harry Styles can pull that off, I think.
Only.
And Dorinda.
That morning, he said that it was because it was so early that he had to wake up for the Today Show that he wanted to wear something super comfortable.
I love it. I love it. Maybe he slept in it the night before. That's great. Mine went to Bethenny Frankel, who we spoke about before. She is one of the latest celebrities to take on the Lizzo dance challenge. And she did her best. She was a little scared, but as she captioned it, she said, "I'm scared." But hey, she did it and showed off her dance moves.
She's something, you know.
She is something. Jenny Garth commented with a smiling, laughing face emoji. So when you get Jenny Garth's approval, then you must have done something well.
Yes, definitely.
All right. Well, that is it for this week's episode of Getting Real with the Housewives. Mandy, thank you for running down all things Housewives with me, as always.
Thanks, Christina.
All right. Well, guys, keep commenting, keep subscribing, and we'll see you all next week. Bye.